fantastic with the lineup Fnatic has.
That's a serious look on Kips. I don't know if she liked that. Oh boy, scary. What do you pick on this Complexity Gaming? Oh my god, the cheese!
You cheese it out.
Holy woly! We've got ourselves a Broodmother. We were talking a little bit about lacking push. There it is.
Yeah, but Fnatic can deal with the Broodmother fairly easily.
I feel so as well.
Much.
I mean, they decent amount of AoE burst between sort of the Quap and the Pango.
And the
Swashbuckler and the Rolling
from
Thunder.
a mile away, yeah.
They can kill those little baby spiders. Maybe Complexity feel that the lane is going to be strong enough that doesn't matter down the line, but
even then, like, Queen of Pain doesn't necessarily suffer that heavily against the Broodmother. I mean, it's not great, and most ranged heroes dealing with the Broodmother.
Lose their parents, but they'll grow up and take objectives in the end, learning a great lesson along the way.
maybe. But probably not this game. I feel like that Brood was a little bit of a, oh dear, what do we pick? This is a bit tough. Oh, whoopsie, we've let Ice have a 5th pick Pango, and I don't think it's going to be good enough. I think this could be a little messy in a family-friendly way, and Fnatic are going to take this victory.
Tsunami? Messy in a friendly way? What do you think?
There are more family-friendly way to say that?
Probably not. It's pretty family-friendly.
They're gonna get messed with.
Okay, they will be messed with. Well, we'll find out very shortly how messed with this team will be. Will it be the classic Disney story of mama going down and baby becoming a star, or be something else that we won't talk about? We'll find out very shortly with our casters, Kyle and the other guy, Gods. That's a great guy.
That was perfect.
Well, I tried. Amazing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the game. It is Complexity versus Fnatic, game number 1. Loser going to find themselves in the lower bracket, and winner has a chance at OG to get into the upper bracket. I'm Gods. Joining me is Kyle, former Complexity captain. Know a thing or two about Complexity. Last Big Brood.
Yeah,
And Monkeys, an NA player. He's a guy you're also quite familiar with.
indeed. The new offlaner for Complexity after Death left the squad. This is the inaugural LAN performance for the lineup. And I gotta say, I kind of gotta agree with the panel. The Brood feels like it's a Monkey's Forever special. This is one of his like 3 big heroes: Sand King, Bat, Broodmother. Problem is that both Quap and Pango, I think, deal quite well with the Brood. You can kill Tombstone immediately, which is great, but I don't think you win against a Quap. You look at the base damage: 48 on Brood, 59 on the Quap. That's pretty big advantage when you consider you only have the Null Talisman's finished. The Brood rushes Soul Ring. It's more about spider spam.
Yeah, I guess once you have the spiders, you can use those for the last. As we see, early aggression, Complexity went for a 5-man rotation, which didn't work, but the 3-man rotation top will find jabs. Undying goes down, giving up a first blood.
That's huge. They gave it to Miracle as well. That's very important. Now you just start the lane with an extra Wraith Band.
We'll be trialing versus trialing up top, so see. Ice Pango in a 1v1 against Sand King. That should be a pretty good matchup for Sand King, I would imagine.
Yeah, for sure, but I think you just trade. Sand King will win, but it's not easy enough when he comes up top.
They're just going to keep going in. Fnatic get the kill before MP goes down, so it's a 1-1 trade in the end, fighting and Undying in the trial versus trialing. I mean, it kind of works. They get the kill on MP at least, so you're trading a support for a carry in a sense. I guess we're kind of so early on that doesn't really matter, you know, whether carry support dying, he's going to TP right back in the lane. But
I'm just afraid you're tri-laning into an Undying. Yeah. This is the classic blunder. I don't know how you win this matchup. You can see a double decay. Like Jabs can just 1v2 easily, and you've already secured lane control now on the side of Fnatic as they pull the creep wave back.
I think it's kind of maybe the idea of why they just wanted to jump on the Drow, because they know if they just try and play a passive lane stage, they're going to lose. Like that's where Undying is going to get the decay stacks up. So before he even has a single decay stack, they're jumping in for a kill on Drow, perhaps recognizing they're going to have to you know, kind of disassemble this tri lane, and they are sticking with it. They're going to look for just pulls, but they're also dealing with Fnatic, who are pulling side camps themselves, and this is problematic if Complexity don't compare.
I will say, though, I think that a 3v3 does definitely benefit Cole. Whenever there's a tri-lane versus tri-lane, you're going to have a ton of under-leveled heroes. And when you've got a Brood Mother mid, I think that benefits your side more. Obviously, the Quap can easily rotate when you've got like level 7, level 8 up, but Brood is all about timing and getting these towers down quick. And when there's no threat from the enemy supports because they're so low level, you have total freedom to do so. You get out-pushed and rather deep pushed, but no one can really kill the Brood on the side of Fnatic.
Yeah, they don't have that real good setup, perhaps, until maybe like a Pengo gets involved, or like a Blink Dagger later on with his Rolling Thunder. So early on, it's a pretty even laning stage. The first blood for Complexity hasn't given them a massive advantage by any means, as the 1v1 lanes also going fairly evenly, caught with a lot of CS, but some of those will of course be those spider lanes. They're not giving quite as much gold as you'd normally expect, and the Brood will be able to kind of accelerate once you get levels in the spawn spider lanes to just kind of power farm using.
Yeah, I like what Abed chose to do here. He's already he skipped pinching null and just rushed bottle, getting a couple extra mangoes as well. Because that's how you gotta beat Brood. You just spam the scream, ensure the spider spam doesn't get out of control.
Back atop, the Undying continues to plague the tri-lane versus tri-lane. So it's only 2 kills apiece, but Complexity went to that tri-lane with a first blood advantage on their PA and have only managed to get 9 CS on PA. Drow, you know, identical CS-wise, so they aren't losing this top lane, but it's definitely not going well.
There'll be, I think, level 3 is when the Cole tri-lane power spikes, though. You'll have real damage threat from the 343 Oracle. I'm always just concerned, man. The Undying is just so scary. Thankfully, like, Drow is one of the weaker tri-laners in Dota 2. Mid lane, I think, is still the lane to watch. You can see Monkeys chases Abed, forces the blink, doing very well on this mid side. And as you said, the CS favoring Quap, but a lot of that gold are the spiders, so he is still behind in net worth.
Yeah, the Brood. Some of the Broods does have the access into the neutrals, so earlier jungling up the Alpha Wolves, so both sides able to kind of supplement their income from neutrals and spiders, not just the lane creeps themselves. Abed gets fortunate with a rune there. If he didn't get that illusion rune, he would have had to have maybe even gone back to base.
Well, where's he keeping to? He's going bottom. Well, this is a hell of a rotation right here.
He can just stay invis here. He's got a sentry ward himself. Can they even get him out? They're going to sentry Limp, just dewards it and stays invis. Limp was ready for it. That was a TP bottom and everything. That really kind of...
Oh, they're swapping lanes. That's why. Okay, that's cool, actually. I don't mind this at all. And it's a cool decision because the runes will be spawning in 30 seconds. Sand King, not the greatest at controlling it. Abed should be able to play for both runes, and then he'll be full HP once again. Pango, the physical, the spiders are very much immune to magical damage. It's, I think, what, 75% reduction, something crazy like that. Pango's Q, I believe, one shot. Yeah, all the little spiders died as soon as you're level 5. And once you're level 7, I think all the big ones will start dying as well. So this just stops Monkeys forever. His aggression is gone. In bottom, you can see Abed dueling for the rune. He's got Blink active.
Yep.
He'll be able to get room 1.
The Sand King makes sure he doesn't get both. Sand King did not have a bottle, so just got the rune pickup, which is great in itself, but able to heal back up with bottle charges. They're going to find Tusk back at top, as the tri-lane of Fnatic should be able to find this kill here. Zefric just going to buy as much time as he can and do a little bit of damage, but
It's a really cool maneuver by Fnatic, though.
Yeah, and just the reason why they don't have these lanes at the start is kind of because Pango can't lane versus Brood until you get the levels.
And also, I think Quap just gets pressured by Sand King. You want the levels, and also it's more that at this phase of the game, Pango no longer wants to be down bottom against the Sand King. If he ever swashbuckles and catches a stun into ultimate, you're in a ton of trouble. And you don't want Quap mid against Brood. As you can see, he's like forced to spam spells and yet still not able to deal with this Brood because the heavy regen and magic reduction on the spiders. It's just cool. It's just really cool, and I think that slowing the pace of the game would favor Fnatic. If Miracle's PA can get very farmed at a certain point, he does sort of take over. But I think Cole have more of the clock in terms of making plays early.
We are seeing both 1v1 lanes essentially turn into these passive farming lanes. Wop and Sand King, neither has killed on the other without a rotation, which we could see. Like someone like a Rubik TPing down there with the Sonic Wave could threaten to bring down that Sand King, but it seems for the most part both sides is kind of content to farm. MP, once he's level 6, can also fall back to the Ancients, as Drows like to do. So it doesn't really feel like either team is in any rush to start pressuring objectives, which kind of is what I feel like Broods normally want to do, at least to a certain extent.
Yeah, I think it's one of the few heroes that can still very much benefit from doing so. We see Medusas as well, occasionally TAs, that you can just farm so fast in the jungle that even if you lose a couple creeps every wave middle, it just doesn't bother you. And as we've explained, like you can see, Ice used his Q on the lane there, so now monkeys can confidently press forward. All these,
I think trying to scare him off. That's some Ice tactics.
Yep.
Baiting out spells or fake casting them.
I like this decision. If you're Brood, you want to play enemy side of the map as much as possible, deny their jungle, cut waves, and of course Pango. Oh, no, not like this. That was... Oh god, there's so much gold. All your spiders just died. That's great play by Ice though. He's just
and because of all those fake casts, I don't think Monkey's thought he was being serious about that one. Ice just takes him out.
He just outplayed him, straight up. That was like 2 or 3 outplays in a row. Really well done.
God, over 100 gold from those spiderlings already. And we're just 7 minutes in, so it's cool when you see something like that where the fake animation canceling of the Rolling Thunder probably made Monkeys think he was safer when he actually goes for the actual Rolling Thunder.
Yeah. My turn is, if you look down bottom, right, this is something Complexity loves to do on their Sand King. It's one of their most picked heroes. But Limp goes for the Vanguard and the maxed out Sandstorm. And this is fine. It's you're gonna farm, but he's going Arcane's next. Like, when does Sand King actually do stuff on the map? I would much prefer like the phase drums, something that allows him to get aggressive, gank for this Broodmother lane. It's your strongest hero. You want to be in his lane, helping him find advantage and then towers, and instead it looks like the Cole strat is just going to be 3 cores and 3 lanes, and we'll win at some point. And I don't know if that tactic is appropriate for the game state they're in.
Even rotating to like with the supports to the tri-lane. Like theoretically you've got this 3v3 lane top, and over leveled and farmed core like a Sand King TPing in could cause a lot of problems, but TPing in with a Vanguard and level 2 stun, which has a very short cast range. Here we go, they found the Drow though, jungling it up here. Z-Frig using this Invis rune. MP maybe realizes with the experience being leaked there is at least a bit of a tell, but Fnatic have rotated more. It's Ice once again getting active, finding another kill for his team as Z-Frig, like he hasn't been found yet in this jungle. He's kind of just sitting here leeching the XP. MP's going to walk right into him though, and Z-Frig instantly is out.
But this is it's all about just getting Drow level 6, and then MP can start farming these Ancients. It's something that I think certainly needs to be toned down, because of course when you're ult procs, you one-shot any creep, no matter its power level. It didn't work on Ancients. I don't think we'd see Drow quite as much, because you don't care about losing lanes. You just eventually hit the 6, and then you just farm woods until you're ready to rock and roll.
Zabet gonna go for this one. He has a Sonic Wave as well as another Scream soon. If he can hit both, he may be able to find this kill. Limp's trying to juke in the trees. DJ's come in. That Scream not gonna land. Limp does it and will stun his way out. Max out the stun now at least with the Arcane Boots. Has Blink Dagger queued up, but it's just like it feels like it's too late. Like this Brood is already just ineffective, because as we saw in the mid lane, one Pango Swashbuckle, it killed the new fresh spiderlings. Those are like the strong spiderlings, not the little baby ones too.
Yep, and we'll see. It could always be misreading. PA, Brood, like these heroes do scale. Sand King at some point will have like that Blink Crimson, be nigh indestructible. It's just a question of whether Cole connects to his team. But it's high ground Tombstone, a little bit of pursuit coming out. I do believe Z-Freak will fall. Snowball's to try and recover. He's going to go to the creep wave, but I think Ice knows that.
Yeah, they're not going to chase Miracle. Looks like they're going to leave him as they just take down Z-Freak. It's a fight over the boundary rune. 343 does get one, and he will knock it out. Jabs was there with the decay. I don't think it had that kill without it, and bounty runes end up getting kind of split there in the end. Their Jabs actually find themselves in trouble. Has rotated in, so Sand King getting active stage.
The concern I have is this Broodmother, who is keeping pace with the Ice Pango, like, but this is just not the way I see Broods have a ton of success. He's going for the more early game item build, Medallion into Diffusal, and then he's going to look to try and click somebody down with a Purge into Spider, but like, there's 2 different heroes and clear all of the Spider things that they want to. The Quamp with their ultimate or the Pango with the Quamp.
It feels like the idea almost needs to be that he's able to mid lane Limp with the Vanguard. What's Abed? And Abed was trying to get greedy going for the tier 1 tower, and it's going to be instead top Miracle getting focused up. SSIs needs to land the hit. The evasion once will not save him the second right click as
Abed! Nice play from Limp there.
He even got the tower deny as well, and Jabs is in trouble. The Broodmother's rotated in. Limp helping perhaps salvage things a bit. We're still very early on, and it's kind of even on goal, but it feels like Complexity need to do something.
Yeah, that was something though. That was great plays from Limp in 2 occasions. He jukes out the certain death bottom by just playing topside, stunning away, goes to Shrine, rotates top, and just outplays Abed, who was getting greedy. He had Arcane popped, and he wanted to get a Scream into ultimate off that would have killed off the Sand King. Limp knew this, and just got the max range stun, actually predicting that Abed would step forward and hitting it on, I believe, like 20 units to spare. Like, it was pretty much perfect and gets the last hit.
Kind of knew they were going to play maybe a bit too aggressive, baiting out the tier 1 tower with how low it got. So even just the initial stun, getting the Quap under the tower to get her down so low. Abed gets punished, and Fnatic have to be a little bit careful. They feel like we're seeing in a very good spot with just the pace this game was going at, but feels like that being given over to Complexity in a sense.
A lot of emphasis now on Limp still. He's played well so far. He'll have Blink finish, like 400 gold, trying to set up on Abed again. Good ultimate. This is a level 2 ultimate. This is surely a kill.
They've got the snowball follow-up. Is there Warrior's Punch? Don't need it. They're going to get the kill with Z-Freak's support, and Limp, he's making plays happen. Look at his net worth. He is so far ahead of everyone, and he had some doubts about the Blink Dagger timing, but when you get all these kills, a solo kill on the Quap, and a second kill on the Quap now with the help of the Tusk, suddenly his Blink's up in no time.
Yep, he gives away Sandstorm to the Rubik. That's one of the best spells for DJ at this phase of the game, because he just wants to farm. It's the super low mana cost, low cooldown. He can push waves out as much as he'd like. Notice we haven't seen MP for quite some time, and here he is at suddenly level 8. Has a Yasha just after the recipe.
Kind of his job, just sit in the jungle, farm ancients. He can't. He's one of the people that cannot go to the Brood lane.
And this is great timing though from Cole. They've got a blink on the Sand King. He's got teleport ready. They smoke towards mid as Brood pushes. This is perfect. You've got Diffusal up. This is your timing. You want to make a fight happen now.
Ice is the one they may run into. If he gets the Rolling Thunder off, he's going to be fine and we'll get out of here. He is going to go chasing, looking for monkeys. As to avoid the cliffs here, monkeys can go flying over those ones, and he's juking the Rolling Thunder because of his pathing, and Ice is going to entirely waste that. Lexi's still nearby, and with the Rolling Thunder down, they're going to jump on Jabki. They instantly delete him with the Warrior's Punch here. Miracle there, and they want Ice. No Rolling Thunder here. Can they bring him down here? He's going to go in aggressive, though. Ice knows. With that damage reduction, he's actually pretty strong and hard to deal with, but Lim shows up with a Blink Burrow Strike. He's got the Sandstorm damage to follow it up, and Ice is dead. Abed shows up with the Sonic Wave. The damage is just enough to kill Z-Freak with the tower hit, and Complexity, though, not done. Despite losing the Tusk, they want more. They're chasing him. They want this Drow. They get the stun with the Burrow Strike, and Limp is just so strong right now, leading the charge forward. Monkey's following it up with some good damage as well. Unfortunately, DJ with the Soul and Sandstorm, it looks like they've got no detection, and he's going to turn it around. He Burrow Strikes. He steals it, takes down Monkeys. Oh, dear. DJ with the Sandstorm into Burrow Strike. He's channeling his own inner Sand King, and it's the Sand Kings on both sides doing wonders here as DJ's not done. He's got another kill. Oh my gosh, what a magical Rubik, man, with that 8th lens pickup with that extra cast range.
Yeah, look, he's actually just passed Abed in net worth as well. The one downside of Quap, even with the Drow, is that you still are a snowballer, and he just died so many, not so many times, but you tried every rotation you make that you don't find a kill counts as a death in my book when you're playing Quap. And Limp, even though he's playing pretty much flawlessly so far in the game, makes all these plays happen middle. They don't get the objective, and their gold lead is hovering just above 0. And man, that was just wow. They have still top 3 net worths. You have the Deso Rush on Miracle, but the way that they're minimizing and playing, you can see Cole feel like they're on a clock, and they're going to want to try and close out the game, at least get objectives at some point in the next 10-15 minutes.
And the way the farm is distributed is kind of strange in that Fnatic essentially have 4 cores all with the same amount of farm, and they didn't do that intentionally. It's just the nature of DJ getting all these kills. He's 5-0-2. He got a ton of gold from all those kills mid. It does feel like Complexity the farm more in the right places. You have core heroes, you want farming them. With that said, it's a Rubik. What's he going to be able to do with this kind of farm?
I mean, we just saw this is a great Rubik game just because of the Burrow Strike steal that's possible. Lip is often taking fights with Sandstorm on cooldown or using it preemptively because you want to get the damage out ASAP. When you can steal a spell from like 1,000+ range away, and then have an extra distance on said Sand King stun, it's just one of the best spells for Rubik to play with later on in the game.
He's getting an Atos himself. He's like, well,
Adam.
There's the 8th lens Burrow Strike, and Adam will drop down.
Man, that original teamfight middle was at the power spike for Complexity, and Jabs on that Undying had died like right away. Did not get Tombstone off.
Ice in the Rolling Thunder too.
Yeah, mid or bottom. DJ.
Okay. They at least take out the Burrow Strike from his hands with nice little gank and kill, and they should be able to pull this up with the tier 1 tower. The ward behind the tower means there's just not much they can do to defend this.
I love the vision game Cole's running with at the moment. Tons of aggro wards. They have domination in this bottom side of the map. I'd like to see them get away from it now. Leave somebody like Limp here to just shove lanes and look to play around the Roche pit and force Fnatic out of that triple camp around their top shrine and get these lanes pushed out. Monkeys Forever is forced to farm his own jungle whenever heroes are off map, if they don't show on these bottom wards near the shrine, then he feels very unsafe and just recognizes I can't play mid because there's a Pangolier that could just come through and kill me immediately with the assistance of anybody.
On that Pangolier you mentioned has an Invis rune, is going to go in with the Swashbuckle, and
If he had waited for the Quap, there was an Atos available on Abed. Bottom lane, DJ in trouble again. D-Freak setting up.
Jay, be careful. I think he knows he's staying very far back using this Fate Bolt. Doesn't have any handy spells at his disposal as well. Oh, jabs. He's walked in. I think recognizing that Complexity have a lot of deep wards, was trying to deal with it. Unfortunately, didn't have any options there. DJ, deal. War sponge.
Yeah, it's not bad. Top lane, you look at this though. Abed, level 12, with the assistance of the Quap aura, or sorry, the Drow aura, he's actually able to push faster than the 4 heroes assembled bottom by Complexity. And again, I point to this Brood hero, this pick. He's going Orchid next, but like we haven't seen Monkeys Forever in this game. I've seen him die behind tower twice, but he's just playing this triple camp, and when the lane mid hits his tower, he looks to cover it, but it's giving all this space to the Quap top. There's one ward for Abed that's about to expire on that top dire shrine, keeps him completely safe, and Complexity, like they're still working on this bottom tier too.
I mean, there's the heat map for the Brood Mother you can see, and it is just that ancient area, tri-camp and the mid lane. He did spend some time at, well, another jungle camp in the enemy jungle, and but anytime he went behind the T1, he died. That's where both his kills were.
Bottom jungle. You want to just take away this ancient camp from Drow. That's the whole point of Brood. You want to take mid, get control, and then play top shrine area. That's what equalizes the map advantage I feel Radiant has.
Yeah.
If you can control their top shrine area, you take away that Roche edge, you take away their ancients, and you cut the map in a third. And bottom, they do go for DJ once again, but again, so many heroes here.
Sarah punished though. Abed has got the Atos if he can blink forward in a couple of seconds. He is going to go for it. Immediately gets the Atos there. There's going to be a false promise from 3-4, but he wants to save Miracle. I think he knows he's not getting out, but Miracle's the one they want to save. I don't think Miracle's got a good escape on this one though. He's going to blink in aggressively, but does end up going down. So 2 kills in return. They finally managed to punish Complexity going for DJ.
It's just such an easy punish, to your point. Like it's been like, what, 3 or 4 times now they've been trying to hunt people at this bottom tier 2. And eventually Fnatic respond. They just triple TP, find that slay. Top, looks like we're going... What's Limp going? Is he finishing a Lotus? A Lotus Orb.
It's like also how much, like Sankey's not one of those heroes that scales as your 1 position essentially, which, yeah,
Sure,
they didn't draft Sankey to be a 1, but you see the net worth.
But he could. I just don't know if I like these items. Nothing helps Limp deal more damage. You could have, he could go on Radiant.
Radiant, yeah, that's the item I was wondering about.
Like, just something that increases your team's scaling potential.
Yeah, you get on top of Drow and suddenly there's that miss chance and do a lot more. Sonic Wave damage is going to bring down the Tusk, and Quap will get out with a solo kill. Nicely done by Abed.
Dude, I love the build. He's got Atos into Arcanes, and now he's getting a Buckler. Probably going for Greaves.
Right?
Yeah, it's really good because he sees... well, he doesn't see that Monkeys is going Orchid, but once Monkeys realizes that there's a Greaves on the enemy side, he'll be very upset. Obviously, he'll get that item first. I love the decision from Abed, though. When you're not snowballing, you've got to go these utility items. And look at his net worth and how it's skyrocketed. He's in the game now. If he was going for this, like, Orchid build, looking to hit a BKB, like, your hero falls off. But this gives him tons of utility. He can still spam lanes and not have mana issues, and it ensures that he's, like, covering the gaps in his team. You look at Ice, like, he would Vlad's Maelstrom. He's going to do serious damage as this game continues.
And then you've also got the Drow, who we haven't even really seen or talked about because she has just been silently farming in the jungle, but at this point, this looks like she's going to scale be a big problem. Top lane Limp, being Atos up now, they are looking for this kill. They get the Gust up, but he's already gone Invis here. They have got detection here. Limp's going to burrow strike himself away. The Lotus Orb helping make him very difficult to kill, but Fnatic have all 5 here. Can Limp escape from 5? They're using absolutely everything. Rolling Thunder gets used, and the team, well, pushing out the mid lane, taking over the enemy jungle is the Tusk. It looks like just doing a bit of a warding mission. Z-Free.
Where's Miracle's net worth?
It over there on the left side of the screen. 7.6k net worth, Kyle.
Just, they're going to 5 3 for 3, I don't care.
They're going from one pick to the next. He has a false promise which he'll use just because you may as well, I guess. But
Pretty sure he's dead.
yeah, they're really chasing.
Maybe not?
I would say that. Surprisingly, yeah, they did not chase and do as much damage as perhaps
They
should.
don't want to turn around. A limp buyback could potentially slay them, but I just looked at the net worth, and this is the concern I have with a lot of the complexity lineups. And just like the draft isn't bad, it's just that the net worth spread isn't what you want. The PA wants to be the top of the net worth charts, but it's been Monkeys Forever playing passive, Limp constantly shoving lanes by himself. PA playing with the two supports, looking to make moves with this Deso Rush. He's the hard carry for this side. Your Sand King's not itemizing for damage. He's going utility, but for what purpose? Like, Brood is not this...
Yeah.
Is not the hero that's you're gonna turn into a super carry. Like,
well, and your Sand King's going utility, but playing alone. It feels like if you're going to go utility, you should play with the team, which is what we're seeing now. Mookie's and Limp together in this mid lane, but have they got the damage? It looks like Isis is just 2 taking the Gus catches out 2. MP doing big damage from the far sidelines as Limp is getting focused down as well, and MP is online. He's finally arrived. Isis there with the Rolling Thunder to help secure a 3rd kill, and
straight to the pit.
That feels like we're approaching the, that passing that window, that complexity we're looking for.
It just it's like the story of the games I watch. It's just like it's a decent concept, but then it's not executed, and eventually the enemy side makes a play. They get the fight they need. Now they're in the pit, and it's like, okay, now what was this Brood? You top network monkeys, but like, what have you done? What is your purpose so far in this game?
I mean, I would defend it in the sense that I think he could have maybe slightly just his play. So I also just Brood was not the right pick this game, which, I mean, maybe you can fault complexity for that, but he didn't want to play and contest that, enemy Ancients because he just felt so afraid for his life. Once the Tango rotated mid, the Rolling Thunder was just killing him anytime he played too aggressive.
It's better to play the right part of the map and die a couple times because it ensures that your teammates will have a better game and you force rotations.
Okay.
But when you're the Brood, it's not about whether it's a bad game for the hero. You still want to do what Brood does.
Yeah.
Like, you have to try and get there, unless it's not one of those games where you can be like, all right, I'm going to farm 15 minutes and just take over the map because you're against real counters. You need to use that early game advantage that you'd acquired. Flip finds another pick off.
Fire strike in 2 seconds. I got the chance to use it. Miracle comes in, gets the kill. Small little pick off for complexity. If they can find more, that'd be nice, but it has the blink escape, and Fnatic are playing together on this bottom lane. It just feels like Fnatic always have the right heroes together.
Yep, they're doing a great job, and they're always applying pressure around the map. They're doing, they're usually ahead in 2 lanes and giving complexity to 1. You got Greaves up on Abed now, so that Orchid on Monkeys will be ineffective. Might be as I say it.
Co-op ball, but Gus helps it bail him out there. He gets the blink away there, and they're going to turn this one around. MP is just being not dealt with here. He gets disarmed by the Oracle. That's going to help out nicely. As I said, Rolling Thunder goes on through. There's going to be the Swashbuckler doing some big damage. It was a buyback from the Tusk. They're hoping to turn this one around, but the Sonic Wave, Arbet absolutely shreds through them, and they're doing this all without the Rubik. They've taken a 3. It's about to be 4 with the Brute going down as well. Essentially a team wipe with the Tusk buying back. They're not going to kill him second time, but in a 4v5 Fnatic fight, they absolutely destroy complexity.
Yeah, and again, I think Cole's given Fnatic a lot of opportunities to win this game, but they've made the most of it. Their itemization is perfect. I think the Abed Greaves, you just saw. Any other itemization, if he goes Yules instead of Atos, he's dead. He lives with 100 health, gets Greaves off, blinks away, and all of a sudden it's like he's full HP again. This is just perfect play. They're going to find the Tusk. Looks like this will be a dieback for Z-Freak, almost guaranteed. In fact, it is, and that'll be a tier 3, probably a Rax. Maybe 2 racks. Like, Fnatic just won the game straight up.
Yeah, they're maybe not going to GG the second. I think there's perhaps some consideration on the complexity side, but there isn't a comeback window. When your PA is your 3rd most farmed core, if PA had, 11, 12k net worth, you'd be saying, okay, yeah, PA's good items, let's try and hold on and take a fight. But this PA is dirt.
Yeah, there's really nothing to say. For Fnatic, they all did their jobs. I think Jabs actually, most of his deaths, he's responsible for almost half of his teams. Like, they had a purpose. He's the one that's supposed to be dying. It was a tough start for MP, but he farmed, he's back in the game, and all of a sudden you can see his damage output. And level 18, you're spiking, they're going to kill him again, maybe.
He went into Dust, he's not going to chance to use a low sword until it's not too late, he barely survives there. False promise not up. Isis was chasing with the Rolling Thunder. He's not going to get it. He's rolling on through the throne. He's, I think, realizing, oh, wait a second, a bit too far. Does get orchid up, doesn't have it. Oh, does have a way out. He's got BKB now picked up. He is incredibly farm with all the Spiderling money he's managed to pick up throughout this game, and the fact Fnatic have also just taken multiple lanes of Raxes.
It's a big decent advantage. Yeah, that helps. Look at this.
The double lift there. Rubik lifting himself up on the low sword. 3-4-3 gets taken out by the Sonic Wave from the side. Brute goes down with him, and this is Complexity's last hurrah. MP with the Hurricane Pike pushes himself away to bring down the Tusk. Lift out MP center. Fire strike on 3 gets the drought, but that's an Aegis. Unfortunately for him, he's going to have to kill the second time, and there isn't going to be a second time as Complexity are going to have to go to the second game now as they get taken down in game number 1, 30-13, 26 minutes, straightforward Fnatic fair.
Clinical. No, early game was even. Complexity was content to let it stay even. Fnatic outplayed them around the map. They took that decisive fight middle. They get Roche. From there, they're in total control of the game.